It is called direct method because meaning should be connected directly with the target language without translation into the native language. The direct method of teaching was developed as a response to the grammar translation method. It is sought to immerse the learner in the same way as when a first language is learned. In the mid and late 19th century, Europe experienced a wave of increasing opportunities of communication due to industrialization and international trade and travel, and it was felt to develop oral proficiency in foreign languages. Language teachers advocate to an alternative method in which language was presented in context and the mother tongue was avoided. Among those who tried to apply natural principles to language classes in the 19th century was L. Sever, who used intensive oral interaction in the target language, employing questions as a way of presenting and eliciting language. He opened a language school in Boston in the late 1860s, and his method soon came to be referred to as the natural method. These natural language learning principles provided the foundation for what came to be known as the direct method, which refers to the most widely known of the natural methods. The characteristics of the direct method are: it is based on first language acquisition. Meaning is conveyed directly through demonstration and action. No translation. No use of L1. Direct and spontaneous use of L2. Induce rules of grammar. Replace textbook in early stages of learning. Speaking begins with systematic attention to pronunciation. Known words could be used to teach new vocabulary using mime, demonstration, and pictures.
In practice, this method stood up for the following principles and procedures. Classroom instruction is conducted exclusively in target language. Only everyday vocabulary and sentences are taught. Oral communication skills are built up in a carefully graded progression organized around question and answer exchanges between teachers and students in small, intensive classes. New teaching points are introduced orally. Concrete vocabulary is taught through demonstrations, objects, and pictures. Abstract vocabulary is taught by association of ideas. Both speech and listening comprehension are taught. Correct pronunciation and grammar are emphasized. These principles are seen in the following guidelines for teaching oral language. Never translate, demonstrate. Never explain, act. Never make a speech, ask questions. Never speak with single words, use sentences. Never speak too much, make students speak much. Never use the book, use your lesson plan. Never jump around, follow your plan. Never go too fast, keep the pace of the students. Never speak too slowly, speak normally. Never speak too quickly, speak naturally. Never be impatient, take it easy. The direct method has different types of activities, such as reading out loud, question and answer exercises, getting students to self-correct, conversation practice, fill in the blank exercises, dictation, map drawing, and paragraph writing.
It required teachers who were native speakers or who had native-like fluency in the foreign language. It was largely dependent on the teacher's skill rather than the textbook, and not all the teachers were proficient enough in the foreign language to adhere to the principles of the method. The strict adherence to the direct method principle was often counterproductive, since teachers were required to go to great lengths to avoid using the native language, when sometimes a simple brief explanation in the student's native language would have been a more efficient route to comprehension. The weakness in the direct method is its assumptions that a second language can be learned in exactly the same way as a first, when in fact the conditions under which a second language is learned are very different. The teacher explains new vocabulary using realia, visual aids, or demonstrations,